Hey guys, this is Michael Tarallo with Qlik. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an app utilizing Qlik Sense Cloud. Once you have registered, just log in with your credentials, and you'll be brought to the main Qlik Sense Cloud hub where you can see the different streams. Two important streams here is the shared cloud location where you publish an app that is shareable to other users that you decide. And then the personal cloud stream is where you create your own analysis from data that you've uploaded. So to get started, let's go to Personal Data Files and click Import File. And you can browse or you can drag and drop into this little window. I so happen to have an Excel file with order information. And click Import. And I'm going to repeat that process for my customer information. And then I also have some location data that I would like to use. And this is in the form of a QVD file. So basically just drag those and drop them or browse and click Import. So now we have our data files. At any time you can right click and select Remove from Cloud if you don't want them. Please understand and take into consideration that this does count against your 250 megabytes of free storage space. Next we can go to the My Personal Cloud stream. Click on New App. Here you could actually choose a QVF file or an app that you've created with Qlik Sense Desktop, or you can begin creating your app from scratch based off of that data that you've uploaded. And that's what we're going to do here. So very simply, we'll just call this Sales Analysis, Create App. Okay, and now we're going to begin adding data to our app by utilizing the Data Manager. Do note that you have access to the Data Load Editor to access a variety of data transformation steps utilizing our function and expressions. But in this case, to keep it simple, we'll go right to the Data Manager, select Qlik Sense Cloud, which is the folder that is created when we've uploaded our data, and there's our data files. So I'm going to choose first Smart Orders. We'll step through that. By default, I'm just going to keep all of these columns and fields and click Load and Finish. Click Close. And I'm going to go up to the little navigation window button and I'm going to go to the Data Manager. And in the Data Manager is where I can add more data to this app. So I'm going to click on Add Data again, Qlik Sense Cloud, and then I'm going to select my Smart Customer. And we'll step through that. Now the next time I go through this, you'll notice that I can choose from a variety of tables in that Excel spreadsheet, such as customers and products. And before I click Load and Finish, I'm going to click Profile. And what this is going to do is look at the data in my existing app that I just uploaded in the form of the Orders table, as well as the Customers table, and show me which associations or what columns have something in common. So for example, here we can step through these individual warnings. So for example, in the Orders table and the Categories table, there isn't any association. These green bars represent the number of values, and the percentage is the percentage of match against those values for those columns. But being these column names are different, such as Employee ID and Category Number, it's safe to assume that there isn't an association here. Let's step through the next warning. And here you can see between products and categories, we do have a 100% match for Category ID and Category Number. So that's safe to assume that it is a association. And now we can rename this to a common column name such as Category ID. And now we have a association between products and categories. The next one we can see Customer ID has a matching column name, but the data does not match. So that's safe to assume that we don't want that association. And what we do want is Customer ID and Customer Number as our association. So we choose that and then give it a common column name such as Customer ID. Go to the next one, Product ID and Customer ID, Supplier ID and Customer ID. Nope. Last one, Product Number and Product ID. So we'll select that and call that Product ID. And now we load and finish. So pretty simple, able to upload those Excel spreadsheets and then profile the data lightly to see what was in common between all of those tables between those Excel spreadsheets. So let's click Close. And then we can go back to the navigation area, and this time we can select App Overview. And you can choose to open this up in a new window or into the same window or tab. In this case here, we're back in our App Overview, And now we could go into our sheets, click Edit, and now we can begin designing our visualizations. So let's start out simply with a bar chart. And very simply, we have our dimensions and our measures. So for those of you who have watched the other videos I've created with respect to Qlik Sense and Qlik Sense Desktop, at this point, everything is exactly the same throughout that creation process. There isn't anything different when it comes to the analysis piece or the creation piece. So for the rest of you who have not seen this, I'll step you through creating this one visualization, but then I will also refer you to another set of videos that will go into more detail of capabilities within Qlik Sense that apply to Qlik Sense Desktop, Qlik Sense Enterprise, and Qlik Sense Cloud. So at this point here, let's add a measure, sales, and choose the aggregation of sum. I'll add a dimension. We'll choose category name. And there is our first visualization. Let's give it a meaningful title, such as sales by category. And then let's make some changes utilizing the properties panel, such as we'll call this label here category. You can change your sort order. Let's call sum of sales, sales. And let's go to the add-on section. Let's add a reference line, give it a label, and call it target. And we'll make that green. And we'll provide a value of 4 million. Go to appearance. You have titles, presentation. Let's make it horizontal. Colors and legend. Let's turn off auto color. You could use color by dimension, color by measure, or color by expression. And we could utilize an aggregation such as count and then product ID, which is the column. That's going to give me the number of products that were sold based off of the count. And you can kind of see the difference here. If I choose by measure, you can slightly see the darker colors change based off of the color by expression. Okay. And then we have the ability to make some changes to the different axis labels and titles. Okay, let's create one more visualization. I'm going to use the KPI object. And the KPI object is good for tracking performance of one or two measures. In this case, let's just use sales as such, and we'll just call that sales. Now I can click done, and now I'm in a analysis mode. And I could perform additional selections immediately by grabbing this rangefinder within the bar chart. So at this point, you're done creating your app and your visualization. And you could always go back right to the hub and access it at any time, either from a tablet or smartphone or from a computer, as you see here.